Hi everyone. Before we dive into the next drawing, I wanted to take a moment to show you the foundation of everything I make on this channel, my sketchbook. A lot of people think you need professional grade, expensive canvases, but I'm here to show you that's not true. Today, I'm introducing you to my current favorite, the Ask Prince A5 sketchbook. It's compact, budget-friendly, and perfect for the kind of mixed media work I love to do. One of the reasons I love this specific pad is the acid-free paper. For a nascent artist, you want your colors to stay vibrant over time without the paper yellowing. Even though it's marketed for dry media like pencils, I've found it handles my DOMS brush pens surprisingly well. It has a fine-tooth surface, which means the ink doesn't feather or spread too much, allowing me to keep those cat illustrations and koi fish scales looking sharp. Plus, at the price I found it for on this hot deal, it's a total value for money win. This is an A5 size, which is roughly 5.8 by 8.3 inches. I find this size perfect because it's not too intimidating. Sometimes a huge blank page can be scary, but A5 feels manageable for a quick 4-minute study. The top spiral binding is a game changer for me. Since I record my drawing process, the spiral at the top means the book stays completely flat on my desk. I don't have to worry about the pages flipping back or creating shadows while I'm filming my time-lapse. Having a dedicated sketchbook like this helps me track my progress. I can look back at the first page and see how much my line work has improved by the last page. If you are just starting out, I highly recommend picking up a pack like this. It takes the pressure off and just lets you create. I've put the link for this Ask Prince sketchbook in the description below if you are looking for a solid, affordable place to start your own art journey. Next, while I love the bold, flat look of markers, sometimes a drawing needs a bit more softness and depth. That's where these come in, the DOMS color pencils. This is a pack of 24 brilliant shades. For someone starting out, 24 is really the sweet spot. It's enough variety to create beautiful gradients, but not so many that it feels overwhelming. Plus, DOMS is a brand I've come to trust for delivering great quality without a high price tag. What I noticed about these pencils is that they are not that waxy and smooth, but they feel good on medium to rough paper. Some budget pencils can feel scratchy or hard, but these lay down color easily in comparison. Just a little patience is required. The pigments are surprisingly bright, and I've learned that the quality of the lead matters. These are break resistant, which is a huge relief when you are in the middle of a focused drawing session. They also come with a free sharpener inside, which is a small but very practical bonus. I don't just use these on their own. I love using them to add finishing touches to my brush pen drawings. For example, if I've colored a character with a marker, I can use a similar shade of color pencil to add subtle shadows or to blend two colors together where the ink might look too sharp. They work somewhat satisfactorily on the Ask Prince sketchbook paper we looked at earlier. The paper has just enough tooth to grab the pencil pigment, allowing for nice layering. You can start light and build up the intensity exactly where you need it. If you are building your first art kit, these are a fantastic value for money choice. It's all about having tools that encourage you to practice every day. I'll be using these in my upcoming videos to show you some blending techniques, so stay tuned. I've linked this 24 shade pack in the description below. If you have a favorite color pencil brand or a blending tip for me, let me know in the comments. Next, if you've been following my art process, you know I love a good bargain. Today, I'm introducing one of my favorite budget-friendly finds, the M&S acrylic markers from DMart. This is an 18-color set, and honestly, they have completely changed how I approach my background work. If you are a nascent artist looking for that thick, opaque paint look without the mess of actual brushes and palettes, these are for you. What makes these unique is that they are dual-sided. On one end, you have a fine round tip for detail, and on the other, a soft tip that works more like a brush. Unlike regular markers, these use water-based acrylic ink. This means once the ink dries, it's permanent, waterproof, and most importantly, completely opaque. You can actually layer a light color on top of a dark color, which is a total game changer for adding highlights to things like the bubbles in my koi pond or the shine on a character's eyes. These markers are versatile. They work on glass, ceramics, wood, and even fabric. In my drawings, I use them when I want a solid, flat color that doesn't show any streak marks. For the bright yellow tiles in my cat drawing or the solid orange patches on the koi, these markers provided that perfect, professional-looking finish that sets the stage for the rest of the details. Coming in at a very affordable price point, these are probably the best entry-level acrylic markers I've found in India. They give you the Posca vibe without the Posca price tag, making them perfect for anyone starting their own YouTube art journey. I definitely recommend checking your local DMart for these M&S markers if you want to level up your color game. I've put the product details in the description. Let me know if you've tried these or if you have another budget favorite I should test out. Next, if you are looking for a tool that bridges the gap between drawing and painting, look no further. Today, I am showing you a classic in my art kit, the Camlin brush pens. This 24-shade pack is one of the most versatile sets a nascent artist can own. The best part: they are designed to give you a watercolor effect without needing a glass of water or a messy palette. For someone recording their process like I am, that convenience is everything. The standout feature here is the flexible tip. Unlike a felt tip marker, this mimics the movement of a real paintbrush. If you press lightly, you get fine. If you apply a bit more pressure, the tip spreads out for broad strokes, which I used to fill in the vibrant orange and red scales. Because they are water-soluble, you can actually take a wet brush to your paper after using these to blend the colors even further. It's like having two tools in one. With 24 shades, you have a really wide spectrum to play with. In my koi fish drawing, I relied heavily on the warm reds and yellows, but the blues and greens in this set are equally stunning for creating those deep pond textures. I've found that these pens work beautifully on the Ask Prints sketchbook paper. The ink stays on the surface long enough for you to do some light blending before it sets, which is exactly what you want when you are trying to create a sense of depth in water or lily pads. For a nascent artist, these pens take the fear out of watercolors. You get the same vibrant, translucent look but with the familiar grip of a pen. They are affordable, widely available, and honestly just a lot of fun to use. They encourage you to experiment with pressure and flow, which are essential skills for any artist to develop. I'll be using these Camlin pens in many more tutorials to come. If you are in India, you can find these at almost any stationery shop or via the link in my description. What's your favorite thing to draw with brush pens? Let me know in the comments. Next, if you've seen my drawings of the koi fish or the shocked cat, you've seen these pens in action. Today, I am showing you the power couple of my art kit, the DOMS brush pens. I actually use two different sets, the classic 13 shade brilliant colors and the 12 shade pastel set. Between these two, I have every mood covered, from bright pop art to soft, dreamlike gradients. As a nascent artist, having these two options really helps me experiment with different vibes. The first thing you'll notice about Dom's pens is the super soft tip. It's incredibly responsive. When I was working on the cat's towel or the lily pads in the pond, the tip felt more like a paintbrush than a marker. It allows for smooth, sweeping strokes but is still firm enough to handle fine details. Each set also comes with a blender pen. If you are a beginner like me, that blender is your best friend. It helps you smooth out transitions between two colors so you don't get those harsh lines. The classic set is where I go for impact. The reds and yellows are incredibly saturated, you can see that in the koi fish scales. But the pastel set is the secret ingredient. I use the pastels for things like the betrayed cat's inner ears or the soft ripples in the water. These colors are subtle and aesthetic, and they don't overpower the black outlines. Having the silver pen from the pastel pack is also a great bonus for adding those little metallic sparkles or highlights that make a drawing feel finished. These pens work beautifully with the Ask Prince sketchbook. Because the ink is water-based, it doesn't bleed through the pages easily, which is a huge plus. They are also very affordable. In India, Dom's has become a favorite for a reason. They offer professional-level results at a price that's perfect for someone just starting their YouTube channel. It's high-quality gear without the high-pressure price tag. Whether you want bold and bright or soft and subtle, this duo has you covered. I've linked both the classic and pastel sets in the description below. Which set do you prefer, the brights or the pastels? Let me know in the comments. All brush pens are kept in a container I found in DMart a long time ago. I have just mixed them. It still works because the colors are visible from above. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then leave a like. If you loved it, then share and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next. Cheers!